In our country, there's a police station known as the loneliest in the nation. Here, there are no thieves, not even residents, yet it's been guarded by a group of people with pure concerns for over 20 years. This is the Yadan Police Station in our country. Yadan isn't a place name, but a landform shaped by wind and water erosion. Similarly, Devil City isn't a city, but a Yadan landscape. Due to the constantly swirling sand and dust in Middle Age, it produces eerie howls, earning its name. About 168 kilometers northwest of Yimingwan Pass, near Dunhuang, there's such a breathtaking scene. Gansu Dunhuang Yadan National Geological Park, the most beautiful, largest, and highest value domestically. Its numerous titles attract many adventurers. Our country's loneliest police station is located here. In 2001, along with the establishment of the Dunhuang Yadan National Geological Park, a faint touch of Tibetan blue that's hard to ignore, integrating with nature, appeared. The unique cave-like architecture adds a special charm. However, few knew initially that the Yadan Police Station wasn't intentionally built like this. It was initially a chiseled-out police station, 2 main scenes and 3 auxiliary scenes. That's all it was when the Yadan Police Station was first established. A few tents, several pots and pans. That's all the facilities there were initially. To fetch water, you had to go 180 kilometers away, and for food, you had to bring pickles from home. Faced with such hardship, who wouldn't have any thoughts of retreat? Wind levels could even reach around level 10, rendering tents useless. Every time they woke up, the police often found themselves covered in sand. All the tools they brought were constantly disappearing with the wind. It was impractical to stay here solely relying on tents. There had to be a place for them to stay. Chief Li Shengshou made up his mind that they must confront the vast desert. Under his leadership, several police officers had a new task: to chisel out a police station. Chinese people chiseled out a police station on the hills, and they've been guarding it for over 20 years. What exactly is their purpose? In the desolate desert, several police officers, led by their chief, used their hands to chisel out a police station just to have a shelter from the sandstorms. There's no electricity in the desert. Even lighting can only be done with kerosene lamps, let alone building houses with tools. It was completely impractical. They could only pick up the most primitive hammers and chisels and hammer them on the hard soil, enduring the scorching sun and fierce wind. It took them half a year of relentless work under the scorching sun and constant wind to finally chisel out a 40-square-meter cave on the soil. Looking at the Phase 1 project that their colleagues jokingly called it, Chief Li Shengshou knew that at that moment, they had rooted themselves in the desert and had a shelter. Later, one after another, police officers at Yadan Police Station engaged in the construction project. It wasn't until the completion of the 4th phase of construction that we see the unique Yadan Police Station today, a one-of-a-kind scenic spot that blends with nature. In the desolate desert, chiseling out a police station by hand is indeed novel and unique. But what's the significance? There are no neighbors here, no nightlife, and no lights. Why do the police station here? Indeed, although the scenery of the Dunhuang Yadan National Geological Park is breathtaking, the endless sandstorms and drastic temperature changes are enough to deter most casual tourists. After all, how many people are willing to suffer when they finally get a vacation? Initially, the people who could truly set foot here were just some adventurers and scientific expedition teams. The police officers, without complaint, stationed here mainly for these few people. As the Yadan Police Station put it, there are hardly any earth-shattering major cases here, and there are almost no extremely evil criminals. What they do is actually quite simple, helping those who are lost in the vast desert to find their way home. But is this really the case? Every tourist they've rescued over the years has left a deep impression on them. One autumn day, a tourist with excitement ventured into this desert alone. Chief Li Shengshou, who had been guarding here for a long time, knew that such behavior undoubtedly meant danger for the tourist. Yadan's landscape is magnificent but can be treacherous, not to mention the fierce winds and scorching sun. These unique features easily confuse visitors. To them, it's all fatal. Rescuing 21 lives from the hands of death, the Yadan Police Station stands out in the desert. However, the arrival of an adventurer made Chief Li Shengshou and the police in the station never slacken their vigilance. They kept a close eye on distress signals from tourists, ready to set off for rescue at any moment. Because they knew deeply that while Yadan's landscape is magnificent, it can also be treacherous. Accidents happen. On the third day of a tourist entering the desert, they lost contact with the outside world. The police, despite the severe weather and rapidly dropping temperatures, went out to search with extremely low visibility. The declining signal on the phone left Chief Li Shengxiu sinking into despair. He could only rely on his long-term familiarity with this desert to search for a glimmer of hope for the tourist's survival. After hours of uninterrupted search, they finally found the nearly frozen tourist in the desert sands and promptly rescued them. This was just one of their 170 missions. In these 170 missions, they successfully saved 21 lives from the hands of death. The significance of the Yadan Police Station lies here. However, we must not forget that they are not made of steel and iron. They are flesh and blood like us. Even under the false pretense of nature, a slight carelessness could cost them their lives. Until today, compared to the initial top tents, the conditions of the Yadan Police Station have improved a lot. There are places to shelter from the wind and rain, electricity, and internet. Life has become a bit more convenient. However, this does not mean they can relax. The word guard is easier said than done. Countless days and nights, they dare not rest, fearing to miss the signal of a distressed person. Parents, wives, and children are not far away, yet it's extremely difficult to see them due to the demands of work. They are not prominent, nor do they even consider themselves heroes. They feel they're just doing the most ordinary thing. But their existence undoubtedly serves as a beacon in the desert, guiding one lost person after another to find their way home. Guarding the desert brings both joy and sorrow. They are just ordinary people like us, with flesh and blood and countless worries. But they have no regrets about this choice. Resolutely entering the lonely desert, they stand amidst the swirling sands, adding a touch of color to the golden desert, erecting a blue monument, guiding one lost soul after another home. The Yadan Police Station, the loneliest police station in China. Loneliness lies in its geographical location, but the connection of hearts makes it not lonely. Here, only one wind blows a year, and there's only one scene all day, the vast desert yellow sand. Here, a group of people always remain, without complaints or regrets. The wind and sand can wet the way, but they cannot erode their will. The scorching sun can roast the earth, but it cannot dry up their perseverance. TNT, focusing on food science you don't know. See you next time.